I won't even pull your leg. This was boring. Boring. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Have and Have Nots. Season 6, I believe, is episode 33. And just ridiculous to even be saying that there's been 33 episodes. And then there's the next episode is actually the season finale. This one wasn't even a filler. This was just damn boring. It was boring. From the beginning all the way through to the end, it was boring. It was boring. I mean, when we do filler episodes, it's called that because we're filling something. We're filling up the space. We're filling up the storyline. We're bringing things to a close or bringing them to where there's going to be a climax. This was just flat out bullshit. And I really didn't appreciate it. I really didn't appreciate it. I felt tonight how I felt at the beginning of the season when I was saying, you know what, I might have to let this go. It took me back to that. Now, we had a couple good episodes, and I was like, all right, Tyler, cool. I'm back ready to jump off the damn ship again. This is no way to get to the end and got people ready to drop the damn show. Whatever, let's go ahead. Anyway, Jeffrey and Madison are there because, of course, you know, when we left last week, David had gone into cardiac arrest. So they get out of there, they pull David out of the room, they stabilize him a little bit, and then they got to take him directly. He has to go to emergency surgery. So naturally, Madison's not allowed to really tell Jeffrey everything, but he's trying to, in a roundabout way, tell him, I'm not trying to tell you he's great or that he's doing well, but they're going to come and talk to you. Justin comes up, and Justin starts and ends up calling Madison a bitch-ass nurse. Called him out a couple times this episode. I'm like, just ridiculous. I'm getting really sick of Justin. All in all, Jeffrey ended up getting really on edge naturally because now your dad's in surgery. And here you go with the bullshit. So he ended up cussing Justin out and told him to get on out of here, leave the hospital. Told him, I'm done with you. This whole thing with you is done. I am done with your ass. I'm sick of you. All of this things like you did, you know, you start that. You did this to me and all that. Like, come on, Tyler. How many times are we going to regurgitate these same fucking lines in like 12 different episodes? Now, I'm sick of this shit. And I mean, literally regurgitating the same lines. They ain't even got to relearn them. It's like a song, like they singing. You don't got to relearn it. Just say the same shit you said in episode 17 through 14. And then again in 19 and 27. Just say that same shit. They all right. No, we're not all right. This is a fuck shit is what this is. Jeffrey goes back and says, you know, he says, you did this to me. Jeffrey's like, I ain't did shit to you. You assaulted me. Oh, you back on that? Well, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice when the rapist decides they don't want to hear you talk about how they raped you? Well, excuse the fuck out of me. A mess. He had got on my nerves. He told him, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go ahead to the apartment I got for me and you, and I'm going to chill out there because I know you just upset about your dad. And told him, you don't know me. He said, yeah, that's the problem. I do know you, and I'm sick of your ass. Get the fuck on out of here. I was like, oh, God, so what is this crazy ass going to do? Then, the most random shit that I've ever seen the whole time that I've been watching Have Nots, the FBI just show up, boom, and bust into the bomber's house and just snatch him up. I said, how fucking random is this shit? Random as hell. And I was like, okay. So when I seen that, I said, well, we're going to get something here. He gets down to the jail. They end up, he uses one call. He calls Veronica, so I need a lawyer. This, that, thing, and the other. She won't buy the bait. She like, She wouldn't say much. She's like, why are you calling me on this phone? This, that, and the other, and on and on and on. She really played coy with him and then told him, child, well, you better call another lawyer. I can't help you. Just played him off to the left. And they're sitting there, they're like, so she wouldn't even buy the bait. He's sitting there, now he looking crazier than shit because he's mad as hell. And then he's telling them, they're like, well, where's the money? She ain't give me no money. So you want us to believe that you just you did a hit on her husband and his girlfriend just out of the kindness of your heart? Really? He just said, she ain't give me no money. They're like, all right, fine. So they left his ass locked up. They told, we're going to go get her. They go back to her house. More random shit. The housekeeper let him in, but never called Veronica. She let him in. They sitting on the couch. Veronica coming downstairs, ready to go somewhere, and here they sitting on the couch. When the fuck did the FBI just be sitting on your couch? And what goddamn maid just, whatever, random as hell. And then they go back and forth, and she's like, listen, get out of my house. If you're not here to arrest me, then you can leave. And then that was just it. Really, Tyler? The FBI, who came in and was sitting on your couch. If you're not going to arrest me, then get out of my house. And then they just leave. Yeah, okay. You really take us for some damn fools. I said, oh, this is interesting. I could have had a V motherfucking 8. Really. This is just awful. Awful writing. Awful. Then we go where Candace and Benny. They're going back and forth. Candace then sits there and tells, and you know, Benny, again, Benny is consistent. He's consistently been the dumbest ass that has ever been in anything that Tyler Perry has ever done. He is dumb as shit. She sat and told him that she's going to disappear. She's ready to go. She don't know where she's going, but she want to get away from there. All she needs is money. So then she convinces this ass jack to go tomorrow. We're going to go down to the bank. We're going to apply for a loan. We'll apply for a loan because you can't write me a check. She said, I can't write your check because both of us got to sign it. This is going to get real stupid, y'all. We're going to apply for a loan against the account. The money will stay in the account as collateral until we don't pay the loan. And then they'll go ahead and take it out of the account. Duh, Benny. Are you a fucking idiot? You don't realize she going to screw you again? Stupid. Because once you do the loan on $8.5 million, $8.5 million, you're going to do a loan. And then you just won't pay the loan. And then the money in the bank will the collateral, it'll be the collateral, and it'll take up the money for the loan. What about the interest, you fucking idiot? What about the interest? Do you know what the interest is on the personal loan for $8.5 million? You can't even get the interest back for the loan shark for the $25,000. But now you want to get ready to let this bitch stick you with the interest payments for $8.5 million. Okay. All right. Whatever y'all say. Whatever y'all say. And then you want us to believe that the bank is actually going to give them that loan with all the bullshit. You were just there yesterday, and y'all were going back and forth in front of the loan officer, well, in front of the bank manager, and then you think they're just going to approve that child. Go ahead. This is just fuck shit. Whatever. Stupid. Moving on. Landon comes to see Candace, brings this old funny local dress, tells her, listen, you're going to dinner. She's going back and forth. No. More regurgitating lines. I don't want to be bothered. I'm not going to go. This, that, and the other. Oh, you bitch, you're going. And then they end up going on. He gets to telling her, well, what if I refuse and I don't want to be bothered and I don't want to do none of this? Well, what about, well, you'll be just like the last girl. Well, what happened to her? We spent money on her, got her all together like we did you, but you were even worse. And she decided she didn't want to do it. Well, what happened to her? Well, she's not here. You're here. And just kind of left it at that. I said, So she said, well, you know what, Landon, you're not even hard like that. Like, I had a dude make you piss your pants. He said, baby, that was local politics. This is a whole different ball game right here. I now am the one that makes people piss their pants. I said, sure, we believe you, Landon. You make people piss their pants. You can't even get Charles to pull his down. Girl, sit down. Sit down. Ridiculous. Anyway, let's see what else happened. Oh, them fucking criers. Catherine and Jim is in there. Wyatt comes down. Wyatt decides to threaten them. He says he's going to leave. Jim's like, you can't leave. I have a court order to keep you in the house. This, that thing, and the other on. This little bastard gets on the phone and calls the DA and gets to telling him, come on down here and take my statement at the house. They got me locked up in this house. He said, we got your statement. You already did it with Jennifer Salazar. He said, well, that's okay. I know some more stuff. So come on down here and get it. And he walks off. And Catherine and Jim, Catherine's like, you should be worried. He gonna say, I ain't got nothing to be worried about. You the one to pull the trigger. You should be worried. She's like, oh, but you did things too. So they're going back and forth. No, both you dumb motherfuckers should be worried. But nobody should be worried because that goddamn Wyatt should be floating in the Chattahoochee River with his stupid ass. But anyway, then Catherine gets a phone call from Broderick, and she, Jim's like, don't nobody be wanting to talk to you. Ain't nobody thinking about you. She's sitting over there like, yeah. He's like, who is that? She's like, oh, it ain't nobody, baby. Don't nobody want to talk to me. Maybe she ready to go back over there and get that body magic yanked up off of her again. I said, mess. Girl, wear 2 less pairs of socks this time so it won't take so long, bitch. Anyway, Candace goes to the dinner, sees Charles, plays this whole game with him. She come in there first. She's acting like she's going to act like a bitch. He's like, we're being watched, so we're not getting ready to do all this. You're not getting ready to show out. You're not getting ready to embarrass me in front of these nice white folks. So you're not going to do that, bitch. He said, maybe this was a bad idea. She's like, well, can I get up? Can I leave? I'm sick of it. He's like, yeah, you can go. So she got up. He said, let's have this dinner, and then you can go ahead and go. It's over. It's a done deal. She said, well, why I got to even have the dinner? Why can't I just leave? I said, girl, you done hurt his feelings. And she got on up and went to leave, and then she stopped and came back and asked him, well, what would happen if I just walk on out of her? He said, why would you think that anything would happen? Well, Landon said something about another girl. What happened to that girl? Where's she at? What happened? He's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I said, oh, look at that, honey. I can see the horns on the sides of his head peeking out, honey. And she's like, okay. He's like, are you scared? She'll say, no, I'm not scared. He will say, well, go ahead and leave. So she got on that and she was walking out. I was like, stupid. This whole thing is stupid. All of this is stupid. He's trying to offer, and I said this last week, he's trying to offer you the life that you've been clamoring and fucking weirdos and robbing people. He's offering you all the things that you've been trying to get to, and you don't want them from him. Why? Girl, it's just crazy. And it's everything you want. You got everything that you want and everything that you like. He really likes you. Now that's the only problem that you have. You don't really like nobody who really likes you. I think you're a bitch that just needs to be dogged. But there's a whole death threat over your head and everything now. You got everything that you desire. So sit down and fucking enjoy yourself, bitch. You're just ridiculous. This whole thing, it just doesn't make any sense, child. I'm just sick of it. Anyway, Jeffrey talks Madison into going to the house with him to go pick up some things for David. He goes back to the house. He told him to get some information about Erica so that he could call her people or whatever. Jeffrey goes into her purse and finds her phone book and is like, what the hell? So now Jeffrey knows something. He took the phone book out, put it in his pocket. Then he went from that and went on over and got to telling Madison about how he used to have a crush on him. And the next thing you know, honey, they was exploring each other's mouth. And here it was, Veronica done let herself in. I said, oh, I'm just so sick of this bitch. I'm so sick of these people in 2018 who are leaving their doors open, especially with all these murderous motherfuckers that's around there. But everybody leaving their door open. Fucking ridiculous. And she's like, what the hell? Who the hell is that? I was like, goodbye. They rolled the credits and I clicked the shit off. I said, enough. I'll be glad when next week comes. And we will move on to something else because they done got on my good goddamn nerves.